Yenda and her 5 chicks. Dedicated 5 chicks. Episode 6. Molting. In the fall, leaves were falling, leaving only bare trunks and branches. They look ugly. It's getting cold, and some chickens' feathers flew in the air. Sometimes, Yenda picked up their feathers and preserved them. They were beautiful. Somehow, White Chubby became quiet and stopped teasing Little Red Face. At first, Yenda was happy. She said to White Chubby, "You are behaving well. You are a good girl now." Little Red Face was happy too, for White Chubby wouldn't pet her anymore. It was great to have a break from the bully. A squirrel with a big belly often came to the backyard to steal the chickens' food. If it only filled its own belly, Yenda wouldn't get annoyed. But the squirrel put a lot of food in its mouth and transferred it somewhere and then came back for more. The squirrel worked so hard until the food in the bowl was all gone. Greedy squirrel! The girls seemed afraid of it, except Little Red Face. She pecked the squirrel many times and tried to drive it away. But the squirrel had a thick skin and was very cheeky. It was shameless. It wasn't afraid of Little Red Face. It even wasn't afraid of Yenda. Once the squirrel peed in front of Yenda shamelessly to mark its territory in Yenda's backyard. Yenda was really pissed off. Little Red Face said,
"Mama, that thing's really nasty. I'm gonna teach it a lesson."
She dashed the squirrel and pecked it on its back forcefully.
"Get out of here, you ugly windless thing!"
Little Red Face shouted. As usual, the squirrel was too cheeky and didn't retreat a bit. But Little Red Face won Yenda's respect, since she dared to hit the squirrel. Little Red Face fought other invaders too, like possums, crows, and cats. She took on the responsibility of defending the backyard. Unlike other hens, they only knew how to tease their own sisters. Later, Yenda began to worry about White Chubby, because her feathers on her neck were totally gone. Only some pointy and ugly shafts remained. She also lost her tail. She looked like a beggar in rags, always sitting quietly in a corner and barely ate anything. Usually she had always been a gobbler, gobbling everything in one gulp. Was she sick? Poor baby. Was she gonna fall apart? Yenda worried.
"Mama, please help me. I really don't feel well,"
White Chubby murmured. Then Little Red Face, Queenie, and Big Crest all started to shed their feathers. Soon they lost their tails. They looked ugly and miserable. "You poor little things, what's wrong?" And they stopped laying eggs too. But Amber still had her feathers, still ate a lot, and laid eggs. Then Yenda learned that the hens weren't sick. They were molting. Chickens molt once a year. It's their way to get new clothes and give nature beautiful feathers as a gift. That was interesting. Finally, Queenie, White Chubby, Big Crest, and Little Red Face all lost many feathers. They were naked, like the leafless trees. They looked ugly, but funny and lovely. Oh, poor little ugly things. Yenda felt pity for them.
"Ha ha, I don't care, Mama."
Although Little Red Face looked about to fall apart, she was still singing happily. Amber was special. Her feathers were still clinging on her. Didn't she need new clothes?